Hello, how's everyone doing? My name is Kyle, and today I would like to show you how to get up and running Adempiere on your laptop. At this point, you should have already downloaded Adempiere off a website, and you should have already downloaded Java. For this, I am using Java 6, and you should have also already downloaded either Postgres or Oracle, something like that. I'll be using Postgres 9.4. This tutorial is specifically for Windows 8. You can alter how you download Adempiere if you are running a different Windows, but this will be pretty generalized. So we're going to try and run through the just folder part as quick as possible. First, you won't see this folder called Adempiere, but we need to get it. So if you have two folder sections brought up side by side, it'll help out. So go into Program Files, and we'll go into Downloads, excuse me. Find your Adempiere folder, and just click on the one that says Adempiere. Ignore Key Store, and you can just copy that folder, go back into this PC, go into C drive, and paste it. And that's what I did right there. So you have the Adempiere. Now go into Program Files, and we want to find where we put the Java. So you find Java and JDK. Now I want you to leave this address up, and in the other one, same thing, C, Program Files, but here you're going to look for Postgres, capital SQL. Go into your version, 9.4 that I'm using, and then leave it up like that. Now, open up a new folder, new file explorer, right click in empty space and go down to Properties. Window like this should come up. If you go to Advanced System Settings, you'll see Environment Variables. Click on Environment Variables. Now you want to put in each of these three that you see listed here on my laptop. First one is Adempiere Home. That is what we just changed. We put our Adempiere folder directly on the C drive. That's because the system needs it directly on the C drive. It won't work if it has to go through a path. It has to be right on the C drive. So that's why we did that. Call that Adempiere Home. Copy the name exactly. Java Home. If you click Edit, bring it up, type in Java Home exactly. Now if we go back to our file that we just had Java up in, it's right here. Click up and we get the address. If we copy this address, all we do is paste it. And then click OK. Now we're going to do the same thing for Postgres Home. Go back to the file that we just had Postgres open with. Copy it and paste it. Now we want to go down to Path. So scroll down and look for Path. Once you find Path, before you open it, do not delete anything. Be careful as to not delete anything. Click Edit, Copy. Then you can click Cancel. Now I want you to open Notepad. So if you open Notepad and you paste it, it'll look something like this. It might be shorter, it might be longer. Do not worry about the length. That's different with different computers. But what I do want you to notice is these top two that I inserted myself. First one is the Postgres file that we just did, and the next one's the Java file that we just did. But if you notice, they both have a \bin. Copy all. You can minimize that, leave it up just in case you accidentally delete it from the path. Edit and paste it in the path. You don't have to change the variable name. Okay. Then we can get out of here. Now, if you're this far, then you're doing good. The next step is what I hinted about just a few seconds ago about when we install the environment variables. In order for that to actually run correctly, we have to do just one small thing. So go into Adempiere on one C drive for File Explorer, and on the other C drive, go into Program Files, Postgres capital SQL, your version, and back on the Adempiere, open up Utils. Now you should have a screen that looks very much like mine, and you should have a PostgreSQL, all lowercase, already in your utils. If you do not, that could be maybe you're using a Mac and you're running a Windows software from it. You can add one in, but you should already have it there. All lowercase once again. Now what I did, you won't see this many files when you initially open it up. As you can see, all these folders are the same as over here. They were not initially in this PostgreSQL folder. What I did and what you should do right now is copy everything from the 9.4 folder and paste it in this Postgres folder under utils for Adempiere. Once it's completely transferred over, you can just exit out of the Postgres. I'm going to make this larger so it's easier to see. And you see you have all your data. What we're going to do is go back to Adempiere. And the very first step of running this is to run the setup. Do the Windows batch file, and there's no real need to do the run silent setup. It's going to load, and a screen like this should come up as long as you've done everything correct up to this point. A few things to notice where yours probably does not look like mine. The database server, it should be localhost. Database name, let's call it Adempiere for now. Database user, we're going to call Adempiere. Database port. Now, if you go over to the right and click on whatever database you're using, I'm using Postgres, your port should come up automatically. In this case, it's 5432 for me. And then, don't worry about the database search. For the database admin password, you want the, I would suggest using the same password that you use to log into your Postgres with. You can either choose to use Adempiere as your password, which is very common, or if you just want to duplicate your your Postgres password, that is fine as well. But so these can be the same, they can be different, but they have to correspond to the Postgres password. Now the mail server, whatever comes up for your mail server, for mine is Kyle's laptop. Copy this, and I want you to paste it in the application server. The application server is not going to run normally like it should throughout this process, but that's because it's not important. But it does need to be the same as the mail server, and the mail server represents the actual, almost like application servers. That name actually does hold significance. Now the web port should be 80. If 80 is already being used, you can use 8080. It should be a JBoss. You should see the JMP port and SSL come up already. Do not mess with the key store password. You should have an Adempiere home file that should be directly just C Adempiere, which we set that as the environment variable. That's all you want. You don't want to have to go looking for the Adempiere folder. You want it right off the C drive. Your Java home, you click this. You want to make sure that you do go farther than just selecting Java and go to the JDK, just like we made our Java system variable. And do not worry about anything down here, whether it's there or whether it's not, is not important right now. You can test. Now, you should have received a handful of OKs in the top. You should be getting some failures, however, in the bottom, and now we're going to address that. Mine's okay, only because I have it set up in the database. So what we have to do now is we have to open Postgres. If you open Postgres, we want to go down to login roles. You should only see one login role at this point. It may be Postgres depending on how you install Postgres. We want to create a new login role, so right click, new login role. Call it Adempiere. The same Adempiere that you're using for your database user. Just make everything lowercase for simplicity. Want to go to role privileges. We want to make it a super user, and that's all we have to do. We just want to add the super user to it. And then we're going to click OK. I already have it, so I'm clicking cancel. There's my Adempiere right there. Now, we're also going to make a new database. So if you right click databases, new database, we're going to call this one Adempiere, the same as our database name in this over here. We don't need to add any variables or anything like that. Just make that, and as you will see in a second, I already have my Adempiere folder right here. So I just made a schema Adempiere to go even further. That is not necessary. Now, once that's done, go back, rerun the test, and you will see all OKs. Or you should see all OKs, as long as the passwords are correct. Just go with the, one more thing just in case. When you have your Adempiere, and you go to Properties, go to Definition, and you can add a password. Do the same password that you're using for the database user, just to keep everything the same, to make sure so you can be aware of what's actually going on in the system. So just add your password there. Then you're going to click Save. When you click Save, it's going to run. Once I click OK, it's going to take up to 4.5 minutes to do loading and actually save any changes you made. And that depends on the speed of your computer. So it might take a little bit longer. It might be a little bit quicker. But alright, now you see my build is successful. So it took 2 minutes 15 seconds on this computer. All we have to do, we just have to exit out right now. We're going to minimize Postgres. Now we're going to go to run Adempiere. We're only doing this to see a step that we need to take. This is not going to, we're not going to be done yet. But just kind of mentally process what we're doing so you're able to explain to other people as well. Click on the server. It should be red. This should be the same application host that was your email, and that was the application host when we just did the run setup. Don't put it as anything else. It doesn't matter. We're not going to test the application server. It's not going to work. Make sure the database type is whatever database you're using, Postgres in this case. Database host, localhost, 5432 should come up. Database name, user/password. That's what we just did. It should be the same as what we just did when we test the database. It'll only take a few seconds. It checks. We click check. Now, if we try and actually run it, we're going to come into an issue normally. I already have mine complete, so it won't. But if you run it right now, it'll come up, or it should. It won't have an AD table. It'll say missing AD table or error no AD table. And so the first part should run, but we won't be able to see this default screen. So what we do is exit out for now. Go back up to utils, the folder we were in when we added Postgres. Scroll down and go find run import Adempiere. Run import Adempiere. And you just let it go. At this point, don't type in anything. It'll be going through everything. You'll see a bunch of order tables. It's not going crazy. It's actually adding all these, and you do need these. So let it completely run. It is just as simple as putting the folder in Adempiere utils. So as you see right here, it's just granted, it's finished. Press any key, it'll exit. Now we just go back to Adempiere. Go back to run Adempiere. And as long as everything looks the same, stays the same, you should just be able to click check. It'll come up to the default screen now. Organization. Doesn't matter whatever you're actually dealing with. Just for this, I'm just going to go with the star. And actually click run. Here you go. That's Adempiere. That's how to download it. Thank you for watching.